Chase Lee Hockey with the Blue Futon. Out of the Netflix world, there's a German documentary called Gladbeck, The Hostage Crisis. Is this worth going back to 1988 to see what this crisis was about? Let's find Gladbeck, The Hostage Crisis, what's about. It's a very simple premise, actually. In 1988, there's a hostage crisis that lasted 54 hours in a bank, in a bus, all around Germany, all around Dutch towns that dealt with couple 20-ish hostages, a lot of police, and a lot of press. So I like this documentary. I think this is one of the best documentaries Netflix has ever produced. The reason why this is one of the best ones Netflix has ever produced because it's literally just footage, no agenda. This is all footage from 1998. There is no voiceover. You get what was reported from the police, from the press, everything like that. I have almost no negatives with this film. Some negatives I will say is there are some weird shots of editing choices where you're like, I don't know what's actually happening to some of these people or what occurred in this car wreck or things like that. So that could be a small negative for the movie. But other than that, I was baffled. This is one of the most baffling documentaries I have ever watched. And the reason is the ineptitude of the police as well as the press. It is fucking crazy what happened. So there are so many moments in this documentary where I'm like, how is this occurring? There's no way this is real. And it truly is real. Why am I going crazy about this? The whole relationship with the hostage takers and the press disgusted me. It was absolutely disgusting what these press did to these hostage takers and what some of the dialogue was, as well as the cops. So with that, I have more to talk about the press, but let's talk about the cops first in this. The cops didn't know what the fuck to do. So they felt like they knew what they're doing when they're in the bank of like, okay, let's give them the money, we'll give them the car, and we'll figure out from there. But the police had to back off and like, you know what? It's a loss. And that's what it felt like because they're like, there's the money, there's the hostages, and we'll see what happens. That was literally their plan. We'll see what happens with the hostages. And then the hostage takers realized what was happening, and they decided to take a bus, and it escalated to way more accounts, deaths, and everything like that. Like a 15-year-old Italian kid protecting his like 9-year-old sister did not need to die. That was fucking disgusting. And people were just like, whatever. And then other people at the very end did not need to die. I think 2 hostages died in this whole thing, as well as the sentence. And I want to talk about the sentence at the very end. But the police were just inept. They didn't know what the fuck they're doing. They were the backseat driver of this whole thing, and they just did not want to get involved. Maybe they did, but oh my god, everything they tried to do was absolutely just wrong. Wrong decision after wrong decision after wrong decision. You're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, there is no situation like this. Let's be honest. What happened in Munich in like 1976, 1978? Hostage situation there as well. You should be like, there should be something in the playbook of like, fuck, what is happening? Okay, maybe the whole Munich thing wasn't completely, but there was hostages there. This is different. Okay, yeah, sure. But my god. Okay, yeah, that was also during the whole Berlin Wall and everything like that situation. But still, there's got to be some like red flags or something like, okay, that doesn't make sense. So let's not do that. But nothing the police did was inept. And let's go to the press now. The press was treating these people like fucking gods or kings. They would just walk up to the hostage people and be like, hey, can we take pictures of everyone? There's literally 2 to 3 people with guns, right? One of them's a revolver. There's 20 hostages. They don't do shit. They're just sitting there. Like, they're just like, I don't know, just because of the time of like World War II and how Germany was thinking. Maybe they're just thinking about, nope, we're just going to be content and we're just going to sit here and die. Like, that is what it felt like some of these hostages were doing. Even with the press. There is so many opportunities where the press could be like, you know what we're going to do? You grab that person's gun. You grab that person's gun. And you grab that person's gun. Because we are all surrounding this car taking pictures. We all grab. And we fucking yank the goddamn guns. No. The press wanted their interviews. They wanted their fucking 5 minutes of fame. They wanted to have the whole, exclusive of if they're in prison or if they survive. They know my name, so I'm going to write a book about it. It was disgusting. There was one piece of dialogue in this film where I was like, what the fuck? And that piece of dialogue was, no shit, the hostages in the backseat, right? An 18-year-old lady. And one of the people have the gun. He's like kind of doing this. The reporter tells him, put that gun to her neck or to her chin because maybe the police won't go after you now. And so, you know what the guy does? Okay, puts the gun to her fucking head and has his finger on the trigger. What the fuck were you talking about saying that to the hostage guy? And then the girl's like, and then the same like fucking reporter's like, well, how you feeling? She's like, I'm fucking terrified. No goddamn shit. It's like, oh my god, this footage is fucking bonkers. And I'm just like, there's no way. There's no way. And where the reporters are giving these hostage people coffee. They don't care about the hostages. Like the people with the gun. Here's your coffee. Here's this. They're treating my fucking gods. It was disgusting. And I thought the best part was like these civilians are like, now this is not cool. I mean, I'm here because I'm watching, but it's not cool. And then one guy's like, take your fucking submachine guns and blast that motherfucking car because you guys are inept. And the civilians are so frustrated, and I'm frustrated right now. Gladbeck, a hostage crisis, is fucking bonkers. This is the most bonkers documentary just because it is real. There's nothing fake about it. It is all found footage of stuff that happened in 1988. No voiceovers, no acting, no people narrating this movie. This is what it is. This is what you get. Like I said, though, small editing issues, but man, this is one of the best documentaries Netflix, in my opinion, has ever produced. So Gladbeck, a hostage crisis, will receive a 5 out of 5 with Futon. He goes at 100%. Yo, this might not be for everyone. I will completely understand it, but my God, what was happening on screen, I'm just like, there's no fucking way. And it was a way. So see, the critics news scores gave this one. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. We have the critics. There's 0% right now, but there's only 2 of them. And we have one positive and one negative. And one of them says it's hard to endorse Gladbeck because it's so hard to watch. Its existence smacks the gray area between good journalism and true crime ickiness. There is no good journalism here. Yeah, some journalists were trying to be like, hey, take me instead, take my car, it's not going to be bugged. So there was some good journalism, but the whole journalism, some good journalism, fuck that, there wasn't none. And then one gave it a 4.5 out of 5, so a 90%. So yeah, with this one guy, and MD Miller. But we have the audience score only gave it a 57%. So I'm curious if there's anything at the very bottom. So one person says it is awful just because how true it is. You gave the movie 2 out of 5 stars because how awful the situation was. So you gave a movie. Okay, so I don't really trust that anymore. Anyway, my 100, 50%, 57. Chase up with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Futopia. You Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And seriously, if you want to watch a hostage situation where you're just like, what are we doing? This is a what are you doing? What are they doing?